With other big successful games on their roster like the Uncharted series, it's no surprise that Naughty Dog enjoys adding in little Easter eggs to refer back to their previous titles, including in our case the original Last of Us game itself. Welcome back my fellow gamers, this is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Today we'll be taking a look at some of the references to pop culture and previous titles from the newest of the Naughty Dog games, The Last of Us 2, as we count down the top 10 Easter eggs you missed in The Last of Us 2. If you are a fan of The Last of Us, be sure to spread some love by giving this list a share, and be sure to stick around to the end of this list where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Alright, now, let's get counting. Number 10. Winter Chapter. Most of the first Last of Us game is seen and played through the eyes and perspective of Joel, but in The Last of Us 2, Ellie becomes the main protagonist. Early on in the game while playing as Ellie, you see a bunny in the snow while looking out through a window. This visual could be a reference to when you first play as Ellie in the first Last of Us during the Winter Chapter. Number 9. Joel's Watch. While this Easter egg is somewhat obvious as it's scripted kind of right into the game, so you can't really avoid it, you may have forgotten the significance of this item. Before you set out on your mission as Ellie in The Last of Us 2, you go to pick up some items. One of the important and sentimental ones being Joel's watch. We know this is Joel's watch, obviously, so where is the Easter egg here? Something you may have forgotten unless you replayed the first game recently is that this is the same watch that Joel's daughter Sarah gives to him for his birthday that he forgot about. Meaning this object should hold a ton of emotional weight for diehard fans of the games. Number 8. PS3 and Naughty Dog. The date of the cordyceps brain infection was September 26th of 2013. As such, there would be no PS4 in the world of The Last of Us, as civilization sort of went to hell before that could happen. But what can still be found in the game as a reference to the console? A PS3. During the Patrol chapter of The Last of Us 2, you will not only be able to find a PS3, but the games accompanying it are the Naughty Dog games Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, and the Jak and Dexter collection. Both games have release dates prior to that of September 26, 2013. Number 7. PS Vita. It's not just the PS3 that makes an appearance in The Last of Us 2. Another PlayStation device also makes an appearance and gets some use from one of the characters. PS Vita is a now discontinued handheld gaming device that was created by PlayStation. You'll see in the game Abby playing Hotline Miami on this PS Vita. In fact, if you were watching closely enough, this Easter egg also made its way into the trailer too. The PS Vita originally came out in December of 2011, but people may have forgotten completely about the PS Vita at this point. Number 6. Joel's Daughters. While exploring Joel's house, you will find a framed photo of him and Sarah from the first game. This photo actually appears to be the same photo that is on display on the wall right next to Sarah's bed, above her nightstand in the original The Last of Us. Next to this photo in Joel's home is a framed photo of him and Ellie. This Easter egg is both heartbreaking and sweet. It reminds us of Joel's loss while also confirming that he sees Ellie as his daughter as well. Number 5. Stuffed Giraffe. The stuffed giraffe you find in the children's play area is definitely a reference back to the original game and the symbolism of giraffes, which represents both childlike innocence and the life goes on and always finds a way. Joel's daughter Sarah had a stuffed giraffe, and then of course there is Ellie's fascination with giraffes, and finally there is the instance where both her and Joel run into a herd of giraffes. Number 4. Suggestive titles. This is a pretty deep and somewhat disturbing Easter egg that you can find while exploring Eugene's den. In the den there are some videotapes. If you examine them, you can read the titles of the tapes. One of them is Dong of the Wolf. This reference is actually an Easter egg exclusive to the world of The Last of Us itself. Dong of the Wolf is obviously an explicit parody title for the film that appears in the first game, Dawn of the Wolf. Another tape is labeled with the title Smash Brandy's I don't even know if we can say that, so you might have to cut this part. But I think if you can keep this, that is all that needs to be said about that. What would that tape even be like? I don't want to imagine. Number 3. Dr. Oakman. This trading card that you can find in the downtown chapter of the game appears to be a reference to Naughty Dog's creative director Neil Druckmann himself. After all, what does Dr. Oakman make when you combine them? Druckmann. Get it? Here, Neil's trading card persona appears to be depicted as some kind of mad robotic scientist. Is it weird that Dr. Oakman also kind of gives me some Dr. Eggman / Robotnik vibes? Is that weird? I think it's because he has the robots. Number 2. Precursor Orb, also known as the Strange Artifact. This is an item you can find in the Hostile Territory chapter of The Last of Us 2. While it's called the Strange Artifact in the game, the object itself is a reference to the Jak and Daxter games, where it is used as a form of currency and known by the name Precursor Orb. You'll have to do some pretty in-depth exploring to find it, but if you can manage to get your hands on the Strange Artifact, it will allow you to unlock the Relic of the Sages trophy in the game. If you like trophies, that's for you. Number 1. Nathan Drake's Ring. Opening up the vault in the Westlake Bank during the downtown chapter of the game will allow you to find all sorts of things, among them one very odd and specific engraved ring that appears to read Sic Parvis Magna. Sic Parvis Magna is Latin and translates to so great and small. The phrase is also often known for representing the idea of greatness coming from something small or from small beginnings. It is the mantra of Uncharted's main character, Nathan Drake, or Nate Drake, and in fact he has a ring just like this one. If you can manage to find it in the game, you'll also unlock the achievement So Great and Small, which is obviously very apt. Who knew that Drake kept some of his valuables locked up in the Westlake Bank? When was he in this game? I think that Uncharted happened before, if they're all in the same world. Thank you so much for watching. What have been your favorite Easter eggs that you have found in The Last of Us 2? Have you finished the game yet? And if so, did you like it? What were your favorite parts? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our previous videos, Top 10 Scary 2020 Fortnite Theories. Austro-Hungarian Empire Ball comments, this channel has made a lot of Fortnite content recently, which is pretty cool. I'm glad you're enjoying all the Fortnite content. We definitely enjoy making it for you. All my Fortnite fans, make some noise in the comments and let us know what you are thinking of this new season. Trevor Sinner writes, love your channel. Thank you so much for the love and for watching, Trevor. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and your feels shouted out in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!